Tricky by Kari. The Duke and Tricky were well known in their town. Known for cheating and thievery, known for being greedy and mean, known for playing cruel jokes on the townspeople just for fun. The Duke knew every trick in the book, and he had taught them all to Tricky. After dinner each night, over some hot tea, the Duke would whoop and laugh about the day's mischief while Tricky snuffled and rolled on the rug. Then they'd shuffle off to bed for a good night's sleep. One morning, when they went for their usual breakfast at the bakery, the Duke and Tricky were surprised to find a new baker working there. Miss Paisley had just moved to town. The Duke was always delighted to meet newcomers. When the Duke stepped out for his newspaper, Miss Paisley gave Tricky a friendly pat and a wonderful treat. That evening, Tricky thought about Miss Paisley. He had never been given a treat like that before, and it made him feel warm inside. The following day, the Duke saw a chance for mischief. And for the first time, Tricky realized that what they were doing was wrong. As they left the bakery, the warm feeling he had about Miss Paisley turned into fiery red anger toward the Duke. Tricky had to do something, but what? All he knew was tricks. When they got home, Tricky played his first trick on the Duke. The loaf of bread made a grumpy gurgle as he flushed it down. He played another trick, and another, and another. This went on until at last the Duke figured it out. The Duke was furious. No one had ever played a trick on him before. He threw Tricky out of the house and slammed the door. Cold and wet, Tricky wandered alone into the night. When Miss Paisley arrived at the bakery early in the morning, there was Tricky. He spent the day watching her work. No tricks, no cheats. When the bakery closed, Tricky followed Miss Paisley home, and there he stayed. The Duke carried on making mischief without Tricky, but it wasn't the same. It turned out that he missed his old dog more than he expected, so one dark night, the Duke packed up and left town. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but Tricky did learn new tricks, good ones. And if old dogs can learn new tricks, perhaps the Duke could too.